Muhn, you awaken. As you begin to awake, you see a strange sight around you. You're laying on what feels like a blanket. But it's hard beneath the blanket. Feels like stone, rock. You're in pain.
I sit up.
You are weary. It feels like your body's been through the ringer.
I sit up all the way.
You see a strange sight before you. Out beyond this room that you are in, you see ruins and not ruins. Stone city, lava. You recognize that you are underground.
What does it smell like?
It smells like a little bit of sulfur. It smells like charcoal.
Am I on a balcony right now, looking at all of this?
You are in some kind of stone cave. There are furnishings around, made of mostly stone. Blankets thrown over them, leather and such.
I reach out to touch the leather. What kind of leather is this?
Let's see. I'm gonna activate something for you. You should see a new character sheet for yourself, Muhn.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see this?
Yes.
Okay. You realize that you are, first of all, not wearing your armor. Your shields are nowhere to be seen. You're in simple, plain, feels like black vestments. It's kind of hard to see. It's very, very low light. You're getting some light from what appears to be, outside the window, a lake of magma.
I stand there and allow my eyes to adjust and focus. Even though it's dark, I can still sort of make out these really strange shapes and these strange buildings, and I'm trying to scan for any sort of life activity within these buildings, ruins, from here.
Sure. Give me an insight, please. Just an open check. Yeah.
Okay. A 9.
You don't really see anything happening there. As far as signs of life, other than the magma flowing about from different rivulets coming from various places, flowing into the lake in what must have some sort of outflow. Maybe in the far distance you can see a few, almost like Minecraft, you see the little bubbles pop of magma, and they just kind of throw some embers up into the air here and there.
I'm watching all this happen and waiting in what feels a little bit like too long of a silence, but I almost feel like I'm dreaming, so I pinch myself, and I'm not really feeling the pain, so I just kind of pinch myself some more, and then I realize that I'm pinching this part of my arm that has a weird slash through it, and that's actually not something that I can feel right now. So I call out, "Hello? Hello? Hello?
Voice from inside the room seems to come from nowhere. Hello there.
I swallow hard. My name is Muhn.
Please do not shout. It bothers my ears.
I make myself small. Sorry. I make my way out of the cave just a little bit. Where are you?
I am here. And looking to the side, in a sort of shadowed nook of the room, steps forth a very, very pale looking elf. Gaunt and small, probably 5'3", something about like that. They are wearing what appears to be black paint around their eyes, black robes, very thin, very pale, very gaunt, but their eyes are this sort of, they're like a bit larger than normal, and they have this golden sheen to them.
I feel the little hairs on the back of my neck stand up as soon as I make eye contact with this individual, and I realize that I'm wringing my hands together because I'm actually quite afraid. And my gut feeling is telling me one thing, but instead I stand my ground. And I ask, "What's your name?"
Are you from the surface?
I nod hesitantly.
It has been some time since our people have met anyone from the surface.
How long would you say?
Many decades at the least.
I see.
I am Ashiriel.
Ashiriel?
Nods his head briefly, slightly.
Can I just call you Bash?
That is not my name.
Okay. Bashiriel it is. It's good to meet you. I just woke up in this cave and I gesture. I'm gonna be real with you, Vashiriel. I'm not sure how I got here.
we? Unless you mean in this room.
I take off my gloves. Everything has just a hint of blood on it. Do you have a place I can rest?
This is the place we have provided for you to do so.
This, and I gesture, this is the place?
Yes.
Cozy. I suppose, would it be too much to ask if maybe I could join you for a meal?
Of course, you are hungry and thirsty.
Yes. Yes. And as he says this, my stomach goes.
I will see to it. But first, your name?
My name is Muhn, and I extend a hand.
He looks at your hand strangely, alien. What is this? You have
well,
nothing.
it's really more of a greeting. On the surface, and I take both my hands and I put them in front of myself, and with this, your other hand, you like this, and we shake hands, and you offer me your right hand, and then you clasp mine, and that just kind of says hello.
Your hand speaks.
In a way, sure.
This is strange, but if
We can always work on that later,
make you feel comfortable.
No worries. Oh, no, I just tend to greet people emphatically.
Do not worry,
Anyway.
Tarn. I do not believe this one wishes to hurt me.
No. But I am looking clearly uncomfortable. So, about that food. I would love some.
I will provide you with food and drink. Your injuries have been severe.
Yes. And I look down at my arm. And then I look back at the Sherial. I think it would be best if I didn't stay long. I'm kind of running from a series of bad events, and I don't want to get you involved.
That is understandable. However, I am the one who tended your wounds.
Oh.
In our settlement. It is unkind to do such a thing. To leave after such a gift has been given.
My shoulders drop, and you can see my tension kind of ease a little as he says that he tended to my wounds. My apologies. Of course I can stay. And I mean that genuinely.
Tarn will watch you. I will be back shortly.
Okay. Thank you.
He just kind of slinks into the shadows, and he's gone. You just lost track of where he went.
Okay. I look around some more. Kind of sniff the air. And it almost seems like it's not volcanic in here, but it is warm, and I feel like it's both humid and dry at the same time.
Yeah. And there are, it looks like stars in this cave. And maybe you can just barely make out something hanging from a stalactite. Ones that are tight hang from the ceiling, I think.
Stalactite, yeah.
You can make out that there are, there appear to be things fluttering about the bottom of a stalactite nearby that are giving off this kind of glow.
I look at it for a second too long, and it's like looking at the sun. I feel a tickle in my nose. I'm so thirsty. I examine the stalactite a bit closer.
It's still, like, not super close to you. I mean, you're just kind of looking at one it's maybe...
But it's pretty far up there.
Yeah, maybe 50 feet away. Something like that. There's just like the barest differentiation in a shadow nearby. You get the impression you're not alone in the room.
I suddenly look to my left. Is someone here?
Do you think we would leave you alone in our home?
I would think you would at least want to speak face to face if I'm in your home. Otherwise, I feel like a bit of an invader.
You are an invader.
Now that's not very nice.
Partially emerging from the shadows, you see another figure, slightly taller, thinner, and wearing what appears to be a strange kind of armor that you haven't seen. She has a slightly feminine feel about her, and she has long white hair, white braids. The armor looks Titanus nature.
Hello.
She does not respond.
My name is Muhn. And I don't want to overstay my welcome.
That is good. I warned Asheriel not to let you into our home.
I look at her with more concern than threat, and I say, "You were right to think that." I like your armor. I will not take it from you. Did you craft that here?
You can't see her face. It is hidden behind this chitinous mask. But her posture changes slightly. Perhaps. Why?
It's unlike anything I've seen. This is my first time in this place. I'm from the surface. It looks like that took a lot of time and attention, and that it's well made. Sometimes good armor is hard to come by up above.
It is necessary here.
I look back and I look around. Is there anywhere to maybe light a fire? Are they these camping folks? Because they don't seem like the camping type.
I imagine it's pretty warm. It's probably like maybe even above room temperature. It feels a little bit like a warm summer day in the morning.
I think I'm thinking more along the lines of like a community, like a circle or somewhere where we can sit. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean there's like there's this sort of slab of stone that must serve as some kind of bed. And there is probably like a table adjacent, built from the wall, and like a stool or something to sit on, all made out of stone.
Okay. So stone is the default furniture here.
Seems like it.
Okay. And she's still just staring at me? From what I can gather?
She's turned in your direction, yeah.
Okay. I look at the ruins or city. I look at the structures. What do you call this place?
You must excuse me. I am not well versed in speaking with surface dwellers. This is Thurville.
Thurville.
The surface folk would call it the Echo of Dawn.
Have I heard of the Echo of Dawn?
You can make insight and insight.
Okay.
Difficulty will be 14.
Okay. Oh, is this open
Roll
check? Oh, roll check, okay. Difficulty 14. Insight and insight. I'll show you. Oh! But it's a 12, but it's a crit, but it does. I didn't make it.
No, it's a
Does
crit.
that count?
Counts. A crit
Does
counts.
it count?
Yeah, you
Okay,
rolled double
'cause
sixes.
it's a 12, but the difficulty's 14,
It
so I don't
doesn't
know
matter.
if it's still...
A crit. If you so basically, if you roll max on any dice, even if it would normally be a fail, if you roll double maximum on any die,
Really?
that's a crit. Yeah.
Okay, right on. All right, so sweet. Cool.
So, you have an opportunity. How would you like to use it?
Okay, let me consult the opportunity list here. Well, I think I would love to go with unmask. And that, I think, would go to this person in front of me. I would want to learn the goals and motivations of her.
Okay. She's clearly a warrior. They are clearly concerned about you. You have not... if they're being truthful with you, they have not seen a surface dweller in many decades.
Okay.
And considering that this person is with the healer, suggests that this person is some kind of guard or some such. And I think as they say this, they say, I am Tarn. I am the guardian of the tunnels.
Oh.
I am a sentinel here.
I see. That's a worthy charge. Very honorable. Tarn, was it?
Tarn.
Tarn. Tarn, I'm Muhn. It's good to meet you. Perhaps you can show me some of these things that you're guarding yourself from. Maybe I can help. You've already tended to my wounds, and I'm about to, I'm assuming, indulge in some food here, so I wouldn't want to take anything without at least having helped in some manner.
You had wounds from weapons and scratches, according to Ashriel.
Mm-hmm.
You are a warrior.
Yes.
Why are you here? How did you find us?
I'm trying to figure that out myself. I'm still looking for the answer to that question. I somehow teleported, and I'm hoping that she understands what that means, but I look at her kind of quizzically. I'm not sure.
Another voice from your right. As Ashriel makes his presence known. I do not know what you prefer, but this is what we have for you. There is a plate of what appears to be various kinds of fungi and some, clearly like some insect meat. And some water.
To me, it looks genuinely delicious. And I take it willingly. Oh, wow. And I inspect the fungus especially. Is this a fungus that I recognize?
Now, you got a crit. I will, from before.
Is this applying to the fungus check?
Yeah, well, this was in regards to you. This was in regards to you kind of just like, I guess just recognizing that word, and you must have heard it somewhere before. I don't know where you might have heard this place mentioned before, this Thurville, but it is it's familiar to you.
Okay.
And as far as the mushrooms go, I think you just kind of recognize maybe that they're like not poisonous.
Okay, so they're edible.
Yeah.
Okay, I take it, and I thank him. This is gonna go down really easy. Thank you.
I heard you speak to Tarn. Your name is Muhn.
Yes. I'm kind of just standing there with the plate of food and looking down at it like, do you mind if I can I have?
The body does as it does.
Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. Oh, Astral, thank you. Tarn, thank you. Do you know what hangry is? Where you're hungry and you're angry? Do you ever get angry from... Do you get angry?
They sort of like share a glance with each other. I do not understand what you speak of.
It's like when you're hungry and you're angry and you put the words together and you're hangry. Oh, hell. I'm speaking nonsense. I'm sorry. I've been a bit dazed. Just ignore me.
I have only tended to your most severe wounds, so that you would not die.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't feel dead.
You mentioned to Tarn that you are a warrior and that you are unsure how you arrived here.
Yes.
And yet you have found our settlement that no one should be able to find.
Very sorry about that. It wasn't intentional, and I am uncertain of how this transpired, but I was saying to Tarn that I really would like... I'd like to help, offer assistance. You saved my life. And I dig back into the food. You know, I'm good at killing things, and I can help you defend. If you need defense, I'm pretty good at that. If you need anybody tossed out of a house, I can do that too.
We are unsure if you can be trusted. For now, your armor and shield, and what remains of your other shield, are not here. Before
right.
we return them to you, we must know that you mean no harm, despite what you say. Tarn then speaks up. Despite what you say, we do not know you, and we have no love for the people of the surface. Are you from Millifax?
No. But I am familiar with Millifax. And, if I may, on the surface, we feed those that we love. We don't waste food. And I would never say that you should have any love, but you just gave me a great sign of trust. And I also look at Ashriel. I won't throw that away. You saved my life. But I understand. And I will prove myself.
been a long time since you've really had to do much with your interface, aside from when the group arrived. And for the second time in quite a while, you'll notice that you have a notification.
I squint my eyes because it's not something that I've seen in a long time. It's like looking at an old photo, and it's just like you see it in your mind, and I kind of reach out like, and I touch it.
You have a new quest. Should be visible to you in the journal tab. It is titled Get Answers. And there are 2 objectives that you have listed there. Find out why you can absorb Emberstone. And why is Tim Cross here? And what is his part in all of this? You will also note, for the first time in a very long time, Muhn, your level is 51.
I don't believe my eyes. Is this broken? Is this broken? Am I... What?
You also
and then
see
I remember
another thing that catches your eye. You have some kind of new resource available to you. Ultima points. It says that you have 3.
I tap on Ultima points. Is this right? That's not right. Why is that there? Doesn't make sense. And I realize that I've been saying all of this in front of Ashriel and Tarn. In any case, I'm your guest. I'm your guest, and I will respect that. My eyes keep darting to my in-game menu. What the fuck?
Muhn, even after you've eaten, there's like a strange feeling that you have as well. You've eaten food, you drank water, and yet you still feel thirsty.
I look at my water glass, which has more water in it.
It's probably a stone cup. They wouldn't have glass.
All right, stone everything. And, I ignore it.
Are you well? You were speaking strangely.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm okay. Perhaps we could go for a walk. I do feel a bit antsy after eating. And just waking up, I think I could use maybe a walk to clear my head.
accompany you?
Certainly.
You can see, without you didn't notice this happen in the slightest, but you can see that Tarn has moved next to you, and she says, "Do not threaten anyone or any of our belongings, or I will kill you where you stand."
You got it.
Follow.
I follow. I clench my jaw. I'm aware of this. It's almost like a feeling like a splinter. An itch. I look at Ashriel. How tall is Tarn?
Maybe 5'4", 5'5".
Okay, so they're both relatively shorter than I am.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're like almost 7 feet
Yeah.
tall, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely looking down. So when she says, "I'll kill you where you stand," I hope there's no smirk on my face, but I'm thinking, sure you will, shorty.
Okay.
But I follow them.
There's an arch that you pass through, serving as kind of a doorway. This place is full of arches and columns, and varying kinds of stone. If you don't get a good look at it, it might look the same, but there are subtle differences amongst the stones, different designs, and there are very few lights. Most of the light that is in this place comes from this, whatever these stars are, and the lava lake outside. As you leave this place, there is a small path leading to this, what appears to be a small home. The buildings are often domed and spiked with towers. But you get the impression that some of this settlement, this city below the surface, is made from ruins. Maybe it's a slight difference in the architecture that you might see between the ruins and the workings of this place.
I'm in awe. I look around.
It's definitely very strange. Like the city is kind of built very differently than you might expect. There's a lot of darkness here.
I think it's beautiful. It feels so nice on my eyes. Like those things that you had as a kid when they spun in your bedroom and it lit up and you could see the stars kind of on the ceiling. That's how I feel right now. It's like everything is this very gentle night light, and I'm not uncomfortable. Even though I'm so unfamiliar with this area, it's like I don't mind staying a little longer.
Ashriel is leading the way, and Tarn follows behind you. As you look, you see no one. It feels like this place is empty. But maybe you can catch a whisper here and there.
I imagine I'm probably sticking out, like, not just the sore thumb, but all 5 fingers.
You wish to walk. This is our home.
Oh, I didn't say that out loud, by the way, GM. I was just thinking that.
The walk part?
Oh no, the walk for sure, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that. Oh, I'm sticking out like a sore thumb
No, I
here. Like
imagine you didn't,
I'm
yeah.
just kind of okay, yeah. And I respond. It's very lovely.
You are the first surface dweller that has seen this place in a very long time.
Well, I'm honored, and I won't take that lightly.
You say you are not from Millifax.
No.
That means that Millifax is still flourishing.
Yes.
A pity.
May I inquire as to your history with Millifax?
I think for the first time you hear Tarn sort of speak out of turn, and there's just kind of a tick or a tisk that you hear. Tarn, please. I am sorry, Ashriel. Millifax is our enemy.
And at this, I have several things I'd like to say, but I go with, I see. As long as I have known, Millifax has always been there. Are you saying there was a time when perhaps you knew Millifax better?
Our people were once on the surface. We had a great nation. And now it is ruin.
I look around some more.
We have made our home here out of necessity. A once mighty people reduced to dwindling numbers. Do they still speak of Ilanshu on the surface?
Yes. Of course. And I blink several times like, wait a minute. Is that... And I look around. Is that where I am? Right now?
As I have said, you are in Thurvalay.
Of course. Thurvalay, is it? And I look up.
Ilanshu was the dawn and we are but an echo.
I see. And I try and remain neutral as he explains.
My people, we are known as the Velithar, those who remain.
I see. Well, is this the life that you want? Are you here because you want to be, or you can't leave? Do you want to be on the surface? I have so many questions, and they all kind of come babbling out of my mouth. Like, are you happy here? There's community up on the surface. I'm certain we could. There's so much space. If you don't like it here, there's spots for you.
This is our home.
Of course. And I'm babbling, and I'm immediately like, shut up, Muhn. Yes.
As they continue speaking with you and walking, you come to what appears to be a statue in some sort of communal square. It's not square, it would be round, it would be cylindrical here. Almost like an amphitheater, actually. And there's a statue in the center that you recognize. It's not quite the same, but you have seen the representation of this statue before. It's different, but there's enough there to trigger your memory. Looks a little bit like Vulcanar. Iris's Arcanum.
And suddenly it makes sense why I feel somewhat familiar and comforted by these people. Oh. Oh my god, Iris won't believe this. Iris. And suddenly I start remembering my friends. And I look at Asriel. How long would you like me to stay as a guest?
This is a statue of our people's last king. He was a master of the forge. And was often...
I remember his name, right?
Do you think you do?
I want to say it was Vulcanar? Is that right?
Are you asking
No.
me?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, this is up to you if you remember this or not. But Vulcanar is correct.
I don't know. I think I probably won't say anything. And I'll just keep gazing at the statue like, huh. But I know who this is.
He is both a hero, and some see him as the failure of our people for not stopping Malefax from destroying us. One of the tales that we have, one of the tales that has remained, was that Volcanar would take in those in need. Some people believe this to be foolish. Some people believe this to be altruistic. Tarn believes we should blindfold you and place you in a cave somewhere and let you find your own way. You yourself have said that we should do such. And yet you say that you wish to help us.
I do. That's only if you require assistance. I think one good deed deserves another. And if I were to give someone some of my food and heal them and tend to their wounds, I wouldn't be expecting anything, but I'd at least expect not to disturb the peace. So, all I'm asking is for safe passage. I should probably leave sooner rather than later. And I kind of look at him a bit more intensely. I am familiar with lots of death, and I don't want to bring that here. And
the way that you can repay us is by not telling anyone what you have seen here today from the surface.
you have my word.
Very well. Then follow yet more. I will
And I
take
nod,
you
and
to your weapons and your armor.
If you think, and I look at Tarn, if you think you would rather blindfold me and leave me in a cave, I've had worse. I'd find my way. You wouldn't have to worry about me. You've already saved my life. Let me leave you in peace.
Very well.
I will take my things and go. Or you can lead me out of here, and Tarn, you can be the one to put me anywhere.
is no need yet. I will act when it is required of me.
I nod.
Down below the surface, we know better than to waste our energy. Follow. Begins to step down a path from the sort of amphitheater-like area here. And you walk through a series of columns, all sort of shadowed.
I kind of duck my head in some spots.
These people are seemingly much shorter than you, but the archways and such are very tall.
Oh, they're large.
Yeah, and the columns and such are very tall. They seem to be both for ventilation as well as for, I guess, vision probably. Eventually you come to another arched area. There appears to be just kind of like a stone box, there is a resonance from this box. You feel something inside that you recognize. Your shield was badly damaged.
And I reach in.
You see that Angel's Revelry is no longer a shield. What remains is a sword.
And I pick it up. It's surprisingly heavy. And I lay the blade into one hand and have the hilt in the other. And I look. What is this? It's amazing.
Smiths could not understand what this was. They saw your shield and its enchantments and presumed it would be unbreakable.
It's beautiful. I don't know what to say. I haven't seen this type of craftsmanship in a really long time. Thank you. I take it, and I step away from the two of them. Wow, and you can hear as I wield it, there's like a bit of a Doppler effect from the breeze it's cutting. And sharp, too.
This
Tell
weapon...
your Smiths my highest compliments.
They did nothing. This is the shard of your shield. They were able to identify it.
Well, give them my thanks for finding it and taking good care of it anyway. I grab the rest of my things and start to don my armor.
You see that one of your shields is still a shield. Death's embrace still remains.
Old Faithful. And I pound it a little bit, and you can hear like the tunk, tunk reverberate.
Your Valkyrie plate still remains. Your winged helm still remains. But as you hold this sword, it is an echo. You feel its sort of resonance like you felt when you would hold Angel's Revelry. But this is no longer Angel's Revelry. This is your soul-bound weapon. Broken Revelry.
Broken Revelry. That's somewhat accurate. I look at my two new friends. I'm not even sure are my friends. And I nod at them. I'm forever in your debt. But please, let me be on my way.
Very well. I will guide you. You will wear this over your eyes. And Tarn pulls forth essentially a bandana-like blindfold.
Really wish I had a bandana right now. I kneel so she can put it around my face.
Muhn, you notice something else. One of the structures nearby has worked into some of the architecture. A familiar red crystal. You recognize it immediately as Emberstone.
Emberstone. It's even down here.
I'd like you to please make me willpower and willpower check. The difficulty is 12.
Just a roll check?
Yeah.
That's a 10 failure.
Okay. Muhn, Tarn is instructing you about something, but you've kind of lost Tarn in the background. You find yourself moving towards the wall that you see this Emberstone crystal worked into. And the rest kind of is drowned out.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
My eyes are just wide. You can see the reflection of the Emberstone in my pupils. And I reach out. It's so beautiful.
As your hand makes contact with the Emberstone, you begin to absorb it. Please roll a this will just be a D2.
Two.
You gain 2 Ultima points.
Nice. I feel like I can breathe easier. And I feel this sense of imbued energy. Like I just took a shot of caffeine. Or, hell, I don't know what this feels like, but smoked a whole pack of cigarettes or something. I'm on cloud 9. I can feel it. It's like a head high. I'm just swimming in this pulse right now. But it's a good kind of pulse. It's like the opposite of a headache. It's like a really good, solid throb. And it's coursing through my veins.
Switch scenes. As we find a different member of the party. Rue. You're all the way back in Skaldmere. And it has been a day. I would like you to start things off with a roll for me, please. I would like you to please roll I think this will be a dex and a dex.
5.
Oh, no. Okay. How did things go wrong on your quest to find the source of these problems?
A beautiful woman was involved, after all. And instead of agreeing to end the cause of all these issues, I have been ensorcelled. And now I'm in the middle of trying to figure out how to con all of the sailors and dock workers alongside this very beautiful woman that I don't even know what her name is.
Okay. You said in front of a dock worker?
No, we are going to rob all of the dock workers.
Okay.
I'm coming up with a plan. I am
your
definitely
plan-
not getting paid anymore.
Okay, so your plan was to completely ignore the quest and rob the dock workers. Is that what you're saying?
That was not the plan, but that is the plan now. You see how it's all turning belly side up.
Okay.
I'm just leaning over this crate, listening to this woman talk about whatever it is that she's been doing to these hooks and these people and these men and these workers. My tail flicks curiously behind me, almost like a question mark, as I'm just staring deeply into her eyes. Yeah, I am. They have no idea. Huh?
Why were you trying to rob us?
Well, I was put under a spell. Yeah.
Smack her again! And there's this crusty looking dock worker that just kind of backhands you across the face. That's what thieves get.
You should have seen her. I mean, you would have made the same call, I guess.
Who's her?
The mermaid.
They all look at each other. The mermaid?
Yeah, she's all done what with your hooks?
Please make an insight and willpower. Open check.
Jesus. 8.
Yeah, they look at each other and they're like, yeah, but that doesn't give her the right to steal. Nobody's been stealing anything. And yeah, the one that smacked you's got his arms crossed and he's glowering at you. Grabs you by the chin. Sort of like gets a good look in your eye, you know? Smell
My
that
tail.
stanky BO and nasty breath smell.
My tail, like an exclamation point, just goes straight up, bristling.
Yeah.
Hey, let go of me if you know what's good for you.
No, you're gonna answer our questions first.
I'm gonna stab him with a bladed rose.
Okay. Yeah, make an attack roll, I guess. An 11. Okay. Yeah, you stab him. He looks down. Like holding. Where did you stab him?
In the neck.
In the neck? Okay.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
Yeah. All right. Yep. Stab him right in the neck.
I warned you. What? You won't be
She's got weapons! Grab her! Everyone just kind of like, there's like a group of like, let's roll for it, I guess. 2 others, aside from this woman and this one that you just stabbed. As you stab them in the neck, the blood immediately like covers your hand, squirts out all over your hand. Yeah, they fall back to the ground. And the other 3 that are there are all a bit bewildered at what just happened. And holy shit! They
I warned you.
They're looking around a bit wildly. And say, where did she get that? I don't know. I checked it for weapons. And yeah, they're kind of like circling you a little bit. And you can see like somebody's like reaching for something. They're reaching for some kind of a weapon.
I open my inventory, I take out the rainbow fish that I took from the Gavin estate, and I smack them with the fish.
So to them, this looks like you reaching into the air and you grab a fish from the middle of nowhere and wham! Give me another, yeah, I guess just make an attack roll again.
16,
I love that
baby.
you're doing these amazing rolls when this is like an off scene that we're doing. Yeah. And
Yeah, when it doesn't fucking matter, of
Yeah.
course.
yeah. Rue, you deck one of them with a fish. They just like spin. You see like fucking birds like flying up and over around their head like, and their eyes cross and they just kind of like twirl and yeah, they fall off the dock into the water. Sploosh.
I take the fish and I throw it at another person's face.
Okay, another attack roll.
Another 16.
Yeah, smack him with another
I hate
fish.
this game. It's such a stupid game. Where were these when I wanted to get a bazillion in it? I throw the fish, and then I grab Greg's hand,
Yeah.
and I start to run.
Yeah, Greg is not here.
What is this? I let go of a handful of leaves from.
It's just like
I
a
don't even
fishing.
wanna-
Imagine it's like a fishing net, and there's just a bunch of shit in there. Yep. And yeah, you start taking off, and you're hauling ass, running along the docks, and kind of like, nimbly bouncing between areas, and you can see like fisher people like trying to grab you, somebody like falling like as they're chasing you, and you just take off like a bullet, bouncing around, and there's a lot of people around. It seems like it's about the middle of the day right about now, as you're rushing around, and I need a dex and dex. Are you trying to stealth, or are you just trying to haul ass?
I'm hauling ass for now.
Okay, so then
Stealth
will
will come later.
It'll be might index.
Okay. Might dex.
Open check.
6.
Okay. So yeah, your little like burst of speed kind of gets halted as a lot of people are here now, and you can't. There's just too many people to like force your way through quickly. So you're starting to mingle amongst the crowd and trying to shove people out of the way. You can't really find anything to parkour over or hop through, and you can hear some yelling from behind. You went that way.
I will reach into the folds of my bustier and I'll pull out a small packet and I'll rip it open and sniff it. It's catnip, and I want to use a spell.
You're gonna use a spell? Oh shit!
I'm gonna use my heroic feature of my heroic skill of extra spells, and I've taken acceleration.
Okay.
I'll gain an additional action during each of my turns.
So the way that the heroic stuff works, everybody, is that there is a once you hit level 10 in a class, you can take certain heroic skills. One of the options is extra spells, and you can just basically pick a few spells from other classes, and that's one of the options. So what is this? You huff
I snort
catnip?
catnip. Yeah.
Like a long pinky nail, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you see my eyes just dilate, my pupils expand.
Okay.
And I run.
Yep. And it's just like, it looks like, at the beginning of Phantom Menace, like the Jedi speed, that shit. They're just like, yeah, takes off like a fucking bullet. And there's people in the way, but you're just like bobbing and weaving through the people.
No, I shove them in the face. I push them. I don't give a fuck. Get out of the way.
You're just running back, like stiff arming them in the face and the chin. Oh. Yep. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, you're making a bit of a scene here. It's basically like midday, and the place is packed. And you're just kind of knocking people over. Hey, making a big scene at the moment.
I'll duck into an alleyway and begin to slow down, trying to actually be stealthier at this point.
Okay. Dex and Dex, open check.
14.
Okay. As you come down from your high and you slow down a little bit, you find a spot in between some buildings, and you see like the crowd sort of like, hey, somebody went that way. Somebody just shoved me. I got punched in the face. Like people talking, and we just see like your ears like perking up from behind a crate. And it looks like all clear. You definitely hear there's like a commotion. People are definitely looking for you.
I'll look around and see if there's anything that could potentially make a quick disguise off of. Maybe a dirty tarp or something to put over my head.
Okay. Insight. Open check.
9.
There's stuff around, but nothing like really super great for this. You know, like there may be like a few bits of cloth, but nothing like you can use like as a cloak to like hide yourself.
Damn it. Oh, I guess I'll just keep moving then. If I go into one of these buildings, they're probably gonna find me.
Okay.
I begin to make my way towards perhaps a more well-established area, making some distance between myself and the dock area, perhaps back over towards where I had bought the pair of very expensive 1,000 Zenit goblets.
Okay. Yeah. It's super nice. I mean, this town's got a little bit of everything, you know? This is a trading port. It has a lot of people that are like dock workers, but it also has like a lot of people that are wearing fancy clothing. It has people that are merchants. I mean, you got a pretty wide breadth of different kinds of people here. Definitely a melting pot.
Well, I more or less begin to ingratiate myself into some of these establishments, especially because I don't think the dock workers are gonna follow me here. No way. They'll get kicked out because they're stinky. I wander into a shop.
Okay. Yeah, there's probably like a little bell, like ding ding, as you open.
Hello. I am a customer.
Nothing says customer like walking into a shop and announcing that you are in fact a customer. Sure. You walk in and there's probably like a few people browsing. I think that this is let me roll again. Okay, this is like a general goods kind of place. So there's a little bit of everything here.
Oh, what's this? I pick up a strange circular object.
Yeah, there's like a customer that's sort of browsing nearby. That's a plate.
Weird looking plate. I put it back. I look this customer up and down.
Yeah, it's just, it looks like an average guy, probably in his, I would say, early 30s. He's a bit disheveled, has blonde hair, and very tanned, like leathery skin.
What is he looking at? What is in front of him?
Yeah, he's looking at, I think, some different kinds of rope.
What are you... Why rope?
Why do you care?
Oh, just, making small talk.
I need to tie something up.
Do you? No shit. And as I'm just making small talk with this person, trying to look casual, I will occasionally peer out the window to make sure I wasn't followed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you look super fucking suspicious. You like pick up a plate, like, what's this? And like, what you looking at there? And it's like obviously rope, and you're like peering out the window, like suspiciously. Yeah.
I don't care what this dude thinks about me.
Yep.
I'm just looking out the window.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a lot of good uses for rope, huh?
I mean, it's usually to tie something to something else. Okay, I'm gonna go over there now, and he just kind of walks away from you.
As he walks away, I'm gonna try to pickpocket him.
Okay. This is Dex. I'm gonna say this is difficulty 12.
Jeez. All right. I've done this every day of my life. See, easy. 13.
Okay. Roll a d20. Yeah, you
6.
grabbed 6 Zenit from his pocket.
Great, I've doubled my money.
Oh, shit.
If the coast looks clear, I might dip out now.
Okay. Yeah, looking outside, give me another insight.
11.
Yeah, you think it's probably safe?
Okay. I begin to make my way out, and where would Greg have gone? Probably back at the ship. We did get separated.
You're having trouble remembering exactly what happened this morning.
Think. Well, whatever. He'll figure it out.
Every time you try to think about what happened this morning, you just think of this, like... It's like the equivalent of having, like, a daydream sex dream.
What?
Yep.
I just sort of stand there in the street for a while thinking. I just start walking.
I mean, if you've ever had, like, a sex dream before and a daydream, it's some kind of amalgamation of both.
Nice. Yes. That mermaid. I will. As I'm walking down the street, I will try to make my way back towards the airship.
Okay. Sure. You begin to head back towards the airship. You don't have any problems doing this. It just takes you a few minutes, making your way back up the tower, the airship docking tower, away from
Greg.
the hustle and bustle.
Greg!
Open up the door to the airship, make your way in. Inside, there is about a half an inch of water on the ground.
Oh my god! What the I prance into the room on my tippy toes and I try to head towards the bathroom. Oh, Moon's gonna kill me, Moon's gonna kill me, Moon's gonna kill me. Ooh, where's this water coming from?
You head towards the bathroom, and yeah, you open the door, and there's a little bit more water that, like, comes out. I imagine it's a bit like a hatch, to get in there. Like it's not quite like a submarine, but it has a, it's like a sliding kind of hatch that you open.
Oh, there's a lot of water. I stick my head in. Are there any faucets on?
There is a bathroom, not a bathroom, a bathtub faucet on, like the shower faucet. It's on.
God damn it.
Just like a slow trickle.
I begin to slosh my way forward and reach up. And I turn it off.
Yep. Inside the bathtub, there's a... Well, how shall I describe this? There's a lot of leaves, and there's, well, there are some scales around.
Scales. What kind of scales?
Make an insight.
17.
They're familiar to you. When you start thinking about what happened this morning, you get a little bit of it's like one of those hangover flashback moments where you're just like, I recognize those scales.
I pick one up.
Hmm?
Does this seem like something I've put in my mouth today?
Leave that shit up to you.
I test it out. Ow.
Seems familiar.
What is happening? I begin to rifle through the leaves, trying to see if there's a Greg attached to the
No,
bottom
there's
of
definitely
this.
no Greg in there.
What? This mermaid fucked me up. Oh well. I try to unclog the bathtub.
Sure. It's effort, you know? It's like there's a lot of debris here that you have to clean up.
I'm crying the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm broke and I'm doing this. Everything's awful.
Uh-huh. Eventually you clear it.
Sort of slump over the edge of the bathtub, catching my breath.
It's like me every time I do my dishes.
There's gotta be a better way to do this. How do these heroes even manage to live in this fucking world? Oh, God. Ugh. Yes. Okay. I pull up my scroll to see if I've gotten any messages from anyone.
Mm-hmm. Nothing.
Dear Iris, we really need to upgrade the plumbing on this ship. Do you know any cures for hangover and or memory-inducing cocktails that can help a girl out when they've had a rough night? Hope you're not dead. Smiley face. And I send it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just make myself a smoothie.
Okay. You head to the kitchen. As you enter the kitchen, you see another mess. This time, you can see that the smoothie that you were going to make, all of the materials, the blender, and like various fruits and things are kind of a bit scattered in the kitchen. It looks like smoothie has spilled over various countertops and things in here. There are more leaves.
Did I try making a smoothie this morning? I just sort of slide the leaves aside. I go about suspiciously making another smoothie, fresh if there's ingredients.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe something about remembering through tracing your steps.
Sure. As you begin to make the smoothie, nothing is like triggering any flashbacks or anything. However, after the blending is done, you hear something muffled.
My ear twitches. Hello? I start slapping the side of the blender.
The blender does not make noise.
I begin sniffing.
Okay. Insight. Open check.
9.
Okay. Are you just looking in the kitchen?
Yes.
Okay. Start opening the cabinets and everything. Nothing.
Okay. I take my smoothie and I go into the main lounge and I sit back and I drink it.
You're drinking it from the blender like some kind of savage.
Of course.
Oh my god. Horrific.
There's nobody else here. No one can see it happen, so no one's gonna yell at me.
All right. Yep.
It's delicious. What is that? What? I lift up one of the cushions.
Hmm?
I try to find the source of this sound.
Okay.
I turn the table over.
I imagine Rue is checking all the places where there's no possible chance that anything could be there.
Look! It's quite possible that whatever this is a very tiny person.
Sure. Sure.
I saw it in a movie once.
Sure. So you're looking around and nothing, you're just hearing more.
I poke my head into different rooms to see if the sound gets louder.
Yeah. Eventually, the last place that you check, the storage room.
Hello? Greg? Is that you? I step inside.
Mm-hmm. You step inside. More leaves.
I brush them away. Try to clear debris, move boxes, whatever I need to.
Yeah, this is the equivalent of like a pantry, right? That you're looking in here. So there's shelves on the side, and there's a few crates and things. One of the crates is sort of halfway open.
I open it.
Inside, you find Greg missing many of his leaves, and you can see he appears to be tied up.
Oh, what happened to you, buddy? Would you like some help?
He squints at you angrily.
Say please.
Squinting harder.
Good enough. Now reach in and I start untying him.
He jumps out of the crate.
What happened? Uh-huh.
And he like reaches up and puts a hand on your face. And then
Stop
puts two hands on your cheek.
What? What?
Puts a hand on your head.
I'm okay.
Looks like really surprised.
I had to stab somebody. He's probably dead, yeah. Ooh. Yeah. So. New plan. The quest was a bust. I don't think Krusty Bob or whatever his name was is going to be of any help to us. Yeah. That guy, yeah. The one, yeah, with the wife and the nose, yeah. We're gonna have to come up with a new plan. I reach into my pocket and I pull out one zenit and I give it to him.
He takes it.
I robbed a guy. He was definitely into some kinky shit. Oh. Good job.
He points to you, and then it looks like he shrugs.
I start shimmying. What? I really wish I understood you. This is so so uncomfy.
He looks so annoyed and like walks into the ship and then
I didn't do this.
oh,
It was probably you. There's leaves everywhere. Why are there scales in the bathroom? Was it something fun? All right. I'm starting to understand your relationship with Jan. I'm starting to like really, really understand this now. Anyway, the past is in the past. Whatever happened, happened. If it was fun, great. If it wasn't, they're not here anymore, so it doesn't matter. We gotta find money. Gotta find money. All right, let's put our heads together. Work is obviously not gonna cut it. That Zenit I just gave you, I robbed somebody. We could rob people. That's pretty, so far, pretty successful. How much Zenit did you get, huh?
and then he walks over to the counter and then just ding, 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 ding. You see like a bunch of Zenit fall out.
Holy shit! Nice. I start picking it up and counting.
Yeah. Yeah, there's probably like a grand total of about 50 Zenit here.
Oh, nice. My little guy. Okay, so whatever you did to get all this, keep doing it, all right? We'll get there eventually. How much did the buggy cost? It was like 500 or something like that.
Are you actually trying to remember?
Yeah.
Okay, insight.
It hurts to think. As Rue, anytime I think, I just start having a headache. 15.
Yeah, you remember. It was about 1,500, I think.
Ooh, no. So it was way more than 500. We're so broke. Oh, I gotta remove that one that I fed him, so I'm at down to 18. Okay. Okay, you know what? New plan. Maybe we think about the friends we have here in the city. Yeah. That guy, the crusty guy with mommy issues. You don't know him. You didn't go. Maybe we try to hit him up. I slept with the seamstress. Maybe she can help. Probably not. I'd like to see her again, though. All right, pack your bags. We're going to a rich person's house.
He goes over to a piece of paper and then makes a stick figure of you, like just with your cat ears and your tail being visible. This is the distinction. And he draws like a question mark.
We are going to find rich guy.
He starts to draw again. And he draws just a generic, like, stick figure. Another question mark.
Mr. G. Lord G. I don't know. His name started with a G. Jeff.
Greg begins to gather his leaves, like scraping them closer together. Starts bundling them all up.
And I just sit there, just slurping on my smoothie, trying really hard to remember the name of the guy. Gafran! That's what his name was, Gafran. Yeah, he's this guy. He's got a really fancy house. It's outside the city. So we're gonna have to get a horse. Right? That's what you have. No, they had those little dinosaur guys. That's what they came in on. Yeah. I don't want to walk. You're gonna walk? No, we're not walking. No.
And he holds up a Zenit.
Yes, we're gonna get a ride with the money.
Gathers up the leaves and like throws them out into the bin, and then he will sort of, he's like, looks depressed, walks over to the door.
I drop down to crouch in front of him and I grab the sides of his face like he did with me earlier. Do you want more money, buddy? Yeah. Okay. We'll give the job board one more shot. And then I'll just follow you for a little bit. Come on. Just I'll just follow you. I don't understand you. I'll just follow you. Let's go. We're burning daylight here, buddy.
Greg throws open the door,
I follow him.
begins to lead the way proudly.
I don't know where we're going. I close the door behind me as we leave.
Sure. There's like some water that follows you as you leave this, it just splashes out onto the dock. Okay. And you head out. Meanwhile, in yet another location far away, we find another group. Bo and Iris, you begin to wake up.
You hear bubbling from a pot. Or, wait, where was I sleeping? How was I sleeping, DM?
You are, in fact, in some kind of pot.
Then you hear a pot churning.
Did it work? I kind of try to rub the just drowsiness out of my eyes, and I'll crawl on over to where Enders was. Did it work?
As you look around, you realize that you are, in fact, not in the office anymore. You are in what appears to be a small bedroom.
5 more minutes, Mom!
Oh, we should just get out of bed and out of here and see
See what?
what happened.
Where?
Anders,
What about Enders?
do you not remember?
What?
He was not well, and I tried to
Oh yeah, he
kind of-
died! That wasn't a dream! Yeah,
Yeah.
well, he kind of, yeah, yes, we had a shared dream. He went to a place, and I could see everything, and things were kind of screwy, and he kind of killed himself, and we brought him back to life, and then we went to a park, and then there was him again, and, did we save him?
I guess. But there's only one way to find out, I suppose.
I push myself out of the pot kind of like upends, and I spill out, and I jump onto Iris, and I go, onwards! From my back.
I'll secure his little ooze as it drips down the shoulders, kind of like a backpack.
Yeah, this room is reminiscent of like a college dorm. It's very cramped. You know, there's.
Was this the room we stayed last night, or is it different?
Well, you were in an office. You were in the Maleficarnum office, and.
Oh no, I meant the first night we were here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's the same room.
They must have moved us or something. Strange.
Well, I mean, I guess it'd be kind of odd to be staying in a study, but why would they do that? We were busy. We were working, weren't we? We were.
Well, I guess it depends how long we were out. I open up
right.
the UI to try to see if there's a time, a date, anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I forgot what we've said for the UI. As far as the date and stuff goes, I'm pretty sure that wasn't in there. You found that in other ways. But I don't think there's like a time or anything.
Does Iris look emaciated?
Iris looks a bit rough.
You look really rough.
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
And how do I feel? Do I feel as though
When you look at Bo,
very
like
weak?
Bo looks a little different too. Bo probably.
As in emaciated?
Bo, I think the color is a bit off.
Pale.
Yeah, like not as intensely chromatic.
I so pale.
You look not your intensely colorful self.
You can't just say that.
Well, no, it is just that you... do you feel all right?
Hungry, I think, maybe. I imagine that Iris just bangs over her face like a border collie or something, you know.
Okay, and I try to shake the fatigue away from myself as I try to push open the door or pull it open, whichever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you would expect to be like at full HP, full mind points. But I'm going to say that both of you are probably just above crisis. So halfway. A little bit past halfway on both.
Enders did mention that we were going to be, we were there for a long time. And then that's when I kind of thought, oh, we have to leave. But then, so, I don't know.
Right.
Onwards!
Okay. Opening the door, do I see any movement or any guards or anything?
So there's no guards, but there are students moving about. You can see that there is a little bit of a hustle and bustle amongst this place. A few of them are probably giving you the stink eye as you're moving around.
Oh. Does it seem like the stink eye as in, this one, or does it seem like the stink eye like, ugh, you look like shit?
Do you stink?
Insight.
What does an unwashed elf smell like?
5. I can't tell.
You have your roll set to private, so I couldn't see.
Oh, well, it was a 5. I'm so sorry about that.
No
Do you
worries.
Want me to just show that off?
It doesn't matter. It's just a 5. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's GM rolls and then there's like private rolls.
Yeah, sorry. It must have
No
swapped.
worries. Okay. So, yeah, you're not really sure, honestly.
I feel as though we are being looked at, but I can't quite tell what they're thinking. Did we do something?
I don't know. To be fair, I think that the that lady what did help us also kind of didn't seem to like you very much.
she did seem quite emotional over her hard work.
Mm-hmm.
At any rate, we should try to find them, right?
Right. I think... Yeah, you did kind of make a whole mockery of her entire life's work by being able to do it, like, instantly.
It wasn't instantly, and I certainly wasn't trying to make any sort of a mockery of their hard work. In fact, I tried to defend it, and then they got mad at me because I said it was not foolish to try to work hard at something in order to do better, and then they said that it was foolish.
It's just an observation.
Am I? And I lean a little closer. Am I like one of those people? You know, the people who are obnoxious and think they're better than others?
No, we're hardcore! Tired.
Right. Looking around, do I recall the stairwell that went up to the professor's office? Was it Professor Drask, or was it something else?
Professor Drosk.
Drosk, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm specifically looking to see if I can find them or if their office seems to be where I recall.
Sure. Yeah, you've been there twice now. I'm going to say that, yeah, you can kind of remember your way. I don't think we have to do a check for that.
Okay.
And, yeah, you basically are doing the same thing that you did previously right now, right? Getting up out of the
Right.
room, waking up, trying to sort yourself out, and going. Yeah, I imagine you probably try and use like a restroom or something before, as you've just woken up.
Oh, yes. Try to clean up the bangs a little bit, you know.
I meant more like bodily functions, like Jesus Christ, gotta piss.
Oh, yes. Well, you must sit outside for one moment. And you just hear an eruption of bowel movements that is like bombs going off.
Are you okay in there?
Yes! I'm fine.
Did you drop your potions?
I'm dropping something.
Okay.
Yeah, and Iris comes out looking a little bit fresher.
Maybe 5 pounds lighter,
Yeah.
you know. All right, I say as I adjust my skirt and I tap my shoulders for him to pop on up.
Did you wash your hands?
Of course I washed my hands.
Did you wash your back?
What?
I jump on her back anyway. Let's go!
All right. So, making your way up the stairs towards Professor Drosk's office. You run into a few students that are probably like making their way down the stairs. They're all giving you like looks as you pass by them.
I think I'll stop one of them actually. Excuse me?
What do you want?
Did I do something to you?
I think it's the greeting here. What do you want?
What's your angle?
I don't have one, I'm round.
What? What do you mean my angle?
What do you want from me?
Well, I suppose, firstly, I was just wondering, it seems everybody has been looking at us in a strange way. Did I do something?
Make an insight and willpower. Open check.
16, baby.
Damn.
You're clearly not a student here. How did you get in?
The door? What's your angle?
You realize, Iris, you're the only one like not wearing what appears to be the academy uniform.
Oh. It was the professor who brought us in here, right? From the medical area? We were escorted by Professor Drask.
Through the door.
What
The
does
front
the
one.
professor have you in mind for?
I shrug. Are you simply upset that I'm not a student? Is it because I'm not welcome here? I don't mean to devalue any of your work. It seems like everybody thinks I'm trying to devalue their work, but I'm not.
You're not devaluing their work, you're just level 10.
You're a hero. And you're from Ellendrath. And you're not a student or a teacher here. You think it's easy to get into this academy? What are you doing, bribing your way in?
No.
Maybe you should mention the fact you're level 10 at whatever it is they do.
Bo is just saying this from like on top of your head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Ridiculous. They just kind of try to push past you.
I think maybe perhaps you need to enroll as a teacher or a tutor or something, you know? A lecturer.
A teacher? I could never be any sort of. I don't know anything really.
Are you sure?
Well, basics, I suppose. And I start walking back up again as we go and we're talking.
Because that professor was like writing runes on her forehead with all the wrinkles she was making when you cast that spell.
Yeah. I guess we progress faster than them? Or something?
Yeah, they're
Heroically.
walking down the stairs as you're walking up, so they just like shove past you
Yeah.
and begin to walk.
I'm not going to try and chase them or anything. I don't
Okay.
want to make their day worse.
Do you think we should try and steal an outfit? I'm
We find the
sorry.
professor first, and then maybe we think about it. I mean, I could learn a lot here.
That's okay. I just miss Rue. It's what she'd do. She'd steal an outfit, or she'd burn the place down for no reason by accident on purpose.
I miss her too. But we'll be together again soon. We just need to get things figured out. She's safe, at least. We've been in communication. Wait. We've been in communication. I check the scroll.
Yeah, you see Rue's check in there.
Right? How long has it been? What day is it?
Does it have any sort of indicator of when this message was sent or no?
I don't think it does.
Right, I don't either. Oh gosh. I'll send a message back essentially saying that, Rue, I'm so sorry. I don't know how long we've been asleep, but Bo and I, we I think helped Enders. I don't know. We did our best. I'll update you more soon, but at least the two of us are okay. Are you okay? I will close the scroll out.
Do we know how to get back to the professor?
Well, their office was over here, up these stairs.
Okay.
But it's a question of whether or not Professor Drask is there.
I mean, if they're not, we're just gonna camp there anyway, right? Until they show up?
I suppose so. Are you feeling okay, by the way?
What do you mean?
Well, that was a lot, you know?
The dream?
The ritual. But I guess it was similar to a dream. The in-between, that's what the professor called it, right?
In between where and where exactly? I didn't really follow.
Well, I'm not exactly positive, but it seemed as though it was some sort of purgatory almost between this life and whatever area the spirit of a person goes. I don't know.
Oh, now I'm not
Maybe it was
okay
his
because that's
mind space?
terrifying, Iris.
I have no idea. It may have been some sort of mind space kind of thing.
Are you guys
I
just
suppose-
stopped on the stairs, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
I think for a moment while trying to ponder this all,
Sure.
I don't know. At any rate, you ready?
As I'll ever be, I guess.
I'm not hurting you by gripping onto the straps
Nope.
here, right?
Nope, that's what they're for.
Okay, great. And I will.
As we walk
make
up the
my way
stairs, are there any like tapestries on like, I'm guessing it's like a spiral staircase or something?
Yeah,
Are there
yeah,
like tapestries on the walls?
Oh yeah,
Um,
for sure. This place is like old money, you know, like this is like a very wealthy academy. There's like rich furniture, tapestries, magical
Depending
lighting.
on how close Iris walks to a wall, I may accidentally latch onto it and start trying to eat like a tapestry or something. Teehee?
Do I notice this?
I imagine you would. There's probably some slurping noises.
Oh, please tell me you're not eating something.
Eating subjective.
We
I
will
don't
get
have a
food
mouth.
after. Please don't eat the tapestry. I don't want them to hate us more.
Okay.
Thank you. Give him a little pat. I keep walking.
Okay. You continue walking. You make your way to Professor Drosk's office. The door is closed.
I will knock gently. Professor?
Yes, come.
Take a deep breath, and I'll look to Bo. And I'll nod before pushing the door open and walking in.
Inside, the professor is speaking to someone.
Do we recognize them?
Partly.
Yes, I've already answered your questions. I can tell you what I experienced.
So you remember almost nothing of the in-between.
In between. There was void, as I mentioned before. But answers all the same, tons of whispers. All I know is that I feel different.
Well,
I know
your
things.
breathing and your complexion is better, and you have eaten and had something to drink, yes?
Consumption has happened, but it's not sated. I need more of something. How
Well,
long have I been out?
just a few days.
Days. Why does it feel like more?
You've been through a lot. Here are your friends.
Oh, Enders!
Friends.
We were in your head. The acoustics were amazing.
I stare at slime. Sentient in nature. It speaks. There's a recollection in my mind. A name. Bo. Yes. There you are.
Hi.
And you are... Come closer.
I'm kind of frozen in place in this moment, I think.
His
My
eyes are still blue.
My eyes will snap to you.
I'll take a step forward.
Go ahead.
Extending your hand.
Yeah.
I think I shakily put it into yours.
Fear, doubt. There's nothing to be afraid of. Your aura is familiar. Iris.
He seems to be having some difficulty reconciling everything.
There are runes all around this room. Protection spell?
Yes.
Was I dangerous?
Not necessarily, but it was part of the requirement for doing this. We didn't know what to expect.
Right. Iris, you look like you've been through a lot.
Ouch.
Are you okay?
Well, you're here, so that's good.
Is that your
You're
doing?
awake. We were involved in the ritual, yes.
Ritual. What happened to me?
Ooh. I'll let you take this one, Iris.
Well, I don't know exactly. But when we arrived, the in-between, I don't know how quite to describe it, and I looked to the professor in terms of a little bit of guidance with regards to this. I don't know if it was some sort of purgatory or if it was some sort of mind space or something. But
It was the place between life and death.
Yes.
we found you there.
Oh,
Well, we found yous there.
You were fractured.
oh.
And we thought that we'd be able to piece the fracturing all together. Forge you back stronger.
I
Found
am
you.
here. Oh, yes. I briefly remember a blow. And then darkness.
So, the good news is you're about 33% less psycho killer.
Killer?
I failed.
You failed. But I am here.
You are.
And you believe
Not all
failure
of
would
you.
have ended in death, right?
Suppose. We did what we could, but I failed. To reunite all of those pieces.
You speak of pieces and reuniting. What does that mean? If I'm here, and you're real, then I believe you were successful.
Are you aware of, the concept of brain damage?
I believe so.
Well, I think. Sorry, my bedside manner's really, really bad, I think. And I'm noticing this now myself, I say, while on Iris's back. But I think maybe. You might be, soul damaged?
I think what they intend to say is that you are changed.
Yes, that I am familiar with. But I also feel full in some other way. Or whole. Knowledge that I can't explain now that needs to be. Do you have grimoires?
Grimoires.
Yes, grimoires.
Of course, this is a magical academy.
I believe it's pronounced grimoires, actually.
I would like to have permission to indulge.
You don't have it.
I don't have it?
No. What reason would we have to give you our precious information when I have already been gracious enough to provide support and help to bring you back from the in-between?
Question?
This isn't a classroom.
It's not?
No, this is my office, you fool.
Second question. Is this the first time you've done this, by the way?
Brought someone back? Oh.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
In his condition? No. In his circumstances? Definitely not.
Not the first time?
And I suspect it will happen again.
So you've done that ritual before?
Yes. First time it has gone successfully, though.
Oh.
That is good. This academy, your students seem upset that we're here.
Oh, yes, I imagine they would be. Do you know what they had to go through to get access to this academy?
An entrance exam?
Oh, yes. Not just that. Personal sacrifice, or family sacrifice, bribery.
Their parents' blood.
There is a hefty requirement to join this magical academy. The only reason you are here is because of the Empress's request.
Empress. Yes.
Well, if I may be so bold, if Enders is seeking access to the knowledge and the grimoires here, I mean, I too am very interested in developing things further and perhaps learning more from you.
Of course, I don't doubt it. We are the most prestigious magical school in all of Millifax, perhaps the world. Although I suppose that depends on who you ask.
What if we took the entrance exam?
You wish to take the entrance exam?
I
Really?
look over at Enders and shrug.
What, all of you?
I mean, how could it be? I mean, Aris has already done a spell you haven't been able to do properly before, right?
They have. The professor has done the spell.
But not successfully, she said.
I have master
The
over
ritual.
the elements.
The ritual that you requested was very specific And it was not my fault that it had not worked previously. Those that were involved, and she looks pointedly at both of you, Bo and Iris, failed the ritual.
Successfully.
And they died.
Oh.
Like you would have, had you failed.
Oh. Well, I mean, if it is something you are not opposed to, you and I have business to work out regardless. What do you think?
Get insight and willpower. This will be a group check.
Okay, I'm leading this.
Difficulty is going to be
28.
I'm going to say so I'm actually going to make this a 12.
Ooh.
Thank you. Okay. Group check started.
Is there anything I can do to make this harder?
Yeah, I mean you could shit on the floor.
Oh, okay,
I
you
found what I was
guys
about to say.
are so helpful. Okay. All right.
Holy shit!
16 critical,
So
bitch!
just to explain what just happened to any of our podcast listeners, Enders and Bo supported Iris's check. Enders started things off with a 5. Bo followed up with a critical fumble of a 2, which doesn't matter in the support check. And Iris got a critical success. What would you like your opportunity to be, Iris?
Oh, goodness gracious, oh me, oh my, this is splendid!
She joins our party.
I think I would like to form a bond with the professor.
Totally understand that makes total sense.
And I think I'm just gonna get rid of my bond with Merrick in order to replace it with the professor.
Okay.
Since I have maximum, I think it's 6, right?
That is correct.
Teacher's pet.
Teacher's pet, teacher's pet. And I'm going to make it a bond of admiration on my end. While they are kind of spooky, they are also very impressive.
Okay.
Drosk.
You have added Professor Drosk to your bonds. Fair enough. Very well. I will be your sponsor for the exam.
Really?
And she begins to walk closer to you. And I think she's probably about the same height as Iris, I imagine. She stares at you in the eyes and she says, "You understand what it means for me to sponsor you?"
Well, you were putting your reputation on the line, I would assume.
That's right.
I gulp.
What are the requirements of this? Rituals? Or just the understanding of magic?
Well, first and foremost, it is about the understanding of the mind and magic, and your talent for it. Given that you are heroes, you have a natural talent for all skills and regalia. Spells as well. You level much faster than everyone else. And I can assure you, regardless of whether or not you gain entrance into this academy and become proper students, the rest of them will not be happy with you.
I suppose then we would have to prove to them.
I am not worried about acceptance. I just want the knowledge that's here. I can feel it. Great powers, even around you. Your aura is different, Professor. Not all things are being said, which I believe is a smart choice.
I
Yes.
wonder if his handwriting has changed.
Iris.
Hmm?
You should go through some refreshing. Your aura is dimmed. Is that my doing?
I clam up slightly, but I clear my throat. No. Well, a little, but I can't lie to you. A lot of it was the ritual, but while we were in there, I expended a lot of energy, and you stabbed me.
Stabbed you.
Mm.
Is there a wound?
I don't, and I don't imagine that I see one looking at my hand,
I think you would.
or do I?
Gasp.
Oh. I suppose
Don't
this hand
worry,
is
I
colorful.
closed the wound.
That explains
When you
me
came
being
back.
able to see auras.
Hmm?
Interesting.
Well,
Question?
You can just ask your question.
just ask the question.
Can I eat that stool?
No.
But you have 3 of them, and it's a small table.
And they're all very expensive. No.
We will find somewhere to get some food in our bellies, thank you. And I look to the professor. Are you from Synfaris?
No.
Are you from Melindra?
No.
Hmm.
Oh,
That
Since
explains
I
things
believe
as
that
well.
you are going to be endless with your questions, I will just get this over with. I'm from Zodeuisa.
really?
Yes.
Oh, that is very interesting. I don't know much about the place. I suppose that's unimportant. I shouldn't be prying so much. Well, at any rate, we will get out of your hair. And thank you for,
Saving
know-
your lives?
Well,
Bringing
that-
your friend back from the in-between? Sponsoring
That-
you for the Magical Academy.
Taking
yes,
us to school.
those two. Those were the ones. And also my hand, thank you. I appreciate it.
We'll be sure to give a word to the Empress.
You're going to do more than that. Your friend agreed. She's glancing towards you, Iris, to help me with something. Regardless, I need to do some work. So you're going to leave me now. And in regards to the entrance exam, well, it's midterm. I'll have to speak with the Archmagus. We'll see if he even allows it. There are special circumstances.
Very well. Is there some sort of written exam or anything like that in addition to applications of it? Practical use?
She walks over to her bookshelf and she will get a sheaf of paper and begin writing on it. And you can see that she writes several what appears to be book titles down on a sheaf of paper. And she says, "Purchase these. You can buy them in town."
Of course. All right. Thank
Our
you.
school books are always so expensive.
This is your basic information. In regards to magic, its application, how it is formed, proper use. You must understand this before you are to be educated in the use of spells and such. Whatever it is you've been doing is just instinct. I'm sure there are plenty of mistakes that are being made.
Probably.
When you learn the correct way to do things, it will be more efficient.
Excellent.
An understanding of rituals is important. But yes, there will be a practical exam as well as a written exam.
Very good. Right. We will get out of your hair and find some food and the like.
Yes. I have much work to do. I have been busy the last few days. Now, get out of my sight.
I'll stand up slowly. Yeah, no, but I have my eyes still on Professor Drosk the whole time. And then I look around the room. And I'll slowly turn to the others and walk past them and walk out the room.
I'll look back to Bo and I'll give a sort of kind of like tilted mouth expression, like,
I give a tilted slime expression back.
and we'll leave, following Anders.
Okay.
Wait, do I have to go do school stuff too?
No, I suppose it's just those of us who would like to understand magic better.
Okay. Could I be your familiar or something then?
You want to be my familiar?
I mean, I have to be in school, right? But I don't want to do any, like, exams. And people look at me funny anyway, so I may as well, leave up to the job.
But you would look so splendid in those robes.
Would I?
In the uniform, yes.
Maybe I might.
Why am I picturing, like, Pomeranians in little sweaters?
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
They'd probably absorb it after a while and just eat it, but for those 5 minutes, I could look rather dapper.
So Enders has walked out. Iris and Bo, you leave the office as well, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bye!
Yep.
Are you okay?
You mean me?
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Looking at him I'm trying to see his aura at the moment. Does it seem as though it is different?
Did you have any sort of aura sight before?
You can do magical detection using ritualism if you do, in air quotes ritual, but all rituals don't have to take forever. There are quicker rituals.
Okay. And you do an insight and willpower for that.
Okay.
Let's see here. So I think this is just going to be just a regular ritualism thing. So this is insight and willpower. And I'm going to say this would be considered... Ooh. Locate somewhere or something. Sense emotions. Provide short-term energy. Ooh, I think this is going to be medium potency. So this would be difficulty 10, and this would just be against an individual. So this will cost you 30 mind points.
Okie doke. I'll have to use a potion, I think. Ugh. That's okay. And then that would be plus 50. Okay, so that leaves me at 47. And you said insight and willpower?
Mm-hmm.
15.
What do you think she sees in your aura, Anders?
It's blazing, bright, blinding. Didn't have one before. Is there something wrong with me? No. I'm trying to understand things around me. Everything feels.
It can be overwhelming.
So, what should we call you? I mean, like, are you Enders still, or just End, or Does?
I don't understand the humor behind your question. I am Enders.
Okay. Alright, for you.
Do you remember anything before Regalia? Or the name Frank Solomon?
Who is that?
涙の色はエメラルドブルー宝石みたいに光ってる流れ星を見上げていたあの夜も